We have to address your results. They were really great, surpassing their top estimates. What was the key driver of growth?
Well, I think to summarize, the key word is longevity. We think that a game, once you ship a game, it's not the end of our job, it's the beginning of our job. And we think that a game can last and grow for a very long period of time, and that our relationship with our customer can and should last for years or if not decades. So our results reflect decisions that we've made for a long period of time in making that happen. And it's hard to do, but once you do it, you can have very consistent growth.
You're heavily reliant in foreign currencies. Only about 10% of your revenue comes domestically. So given the volatility that we're seeing lately, geopolitical tensions strengthening the yen, we are also seeing Fed tightening. How do you factor everything in, and how's that going to affect your results in the latter half of the year?
Well, it's impossible to predict what's going to happen with the currency markets, but our approach is to make sure that we keep doing what we've been doing, which has been providing stable growth. As a result of this long-term relationship with our customers that can build up over time. So what we really track is how we're doing in each local market where we operate. As you mentioned, only about 10% of our revenues are from Japan. So the currency really helped us a lot in the second quarter. But what we really do is track in a constant currency basis or in a local currency basis in our Chinese, Southeast Asian, and other markets have done very well for us.
And talking about other markets as well, of course, you are pursuing that with M&As, investments, partnerships. MA-Go is a function on the Bloomberg. You can see that some of the major deals that you've made in the past include the 2012 acquisition of Gloops for $468 million. What's in the pipeline right now? Are you looking for partners, and where would that be?
Well, definitely. And so we think a lot about how to grow our business, but the thing about the games business is we're in the entertainment business, and when you're developing games, games are an art form, and so you have to have a cultural compatibility between your company and the company that you're thinking about joining up with. And so we often say there's no roll-up in the games business. So it takes a lot of time, and it takes effort, and you have to make sure that you have a similar viewpoint on to how to grow your company and how to grow the individual games. So we take a very prudent approach to doing that, but we keep a lot of cash around, so if the right opportunity presents itself, then we can move very quickly.
Owen, I know you headed M&A when you were at Electronic Arts, and, I can't help but note that this week we're, of course, going to see Tencent out with their results. And, this gaming behemoth who is, going from desktop to mobile. I'm curious what you think about the M&A path is for Tencent. Might they be looking at companies such as yours?
Well, I can't really speak for what Tencent's strategy is. They're a great partner for us. They've been a wonderful company to work with. They believe strongly in terms of longevity in games and how to build a game up over time. Together, we have the largest PC game in China, Dungeon & Fighter, and they publish it for us. They've been a wonderful partner as far as what their plans are. They would be the ones to ask.
We have seen, of course, mobile being big, not only for your company, but for everybody else. Sure. Your percentage of revenue from mobile, as you can see on FA-Go on the Bloomberg, is around 24%. Do you have a specific target to grow this business? Well,
we don't have a specific target because we think ultimately the mobile devices and the PCs are going to converge. They're already converging in a lot of ways. So we think in a few years your PC is your mobile device is your PC. The mobile devices already have an incredible amount of capability. And so we can deliver a very, very good game on the mobile device, and we like the fact that it's got a lot of accessibility, so it's with you at all times. Right now, as you mentioned, it's about a quarter of our total revenue. We would expect that those businesses basically merge, and in 5 years or so, we're not even really going to see much of a difference between those two.
Owen, before we go, I know that you're expanding, obviously, in Europe, but also in the U.S., and I'm curious, as you're moving out west with Nexon, you'd mentioned earlier this year about how you don't want to be chasing Hollywood hits, right, with your company. How exactly are you going to expand here in the U.S.?
Well, we've been tying up and working closely with some really wonderful game development partners. We just launched last week a game called Lawbreakers on PC with our partner Boss Key Productions, and that game has been getting phenomenal reviews. You can check them online on Steam and other places. So that's been great. We've launched just last weekend Titanfall Assault on mobile, and that's been getting great reviews as well. We like to work with partners who have the same approach to longevity that we have, and those are two great examples. We'd like to do more of that.